Hello friends and family of YouTube. A couple of days ago I watched a video of a guy, and he was sitting at home and he was telling how he thought the future was gonna unfold. And I ended up watching this video for about 25 minutes, and the whole time I watched it I thought, this guy's lost his mind. He is crazy. So it did captivate me, and the more crazier his ideas got, the more I wanted to watch. It was kind of like watching a train wreck, I guess you could say. So here I am now. I'm going to give my video on what I think the future has, and let y'all sit here and think about how crazy I am. It's only fair, right? I think we should all make a video on what we think's about to happen, because we have really had a strange year, to say the least. And I have never been one to try to predict the future or to think that I knew what was about to happen. But I will say this: the day that Trump said that China could not travel to the US, when that happened, I went straight to the grocery stores and I started buying up meat. Now, I know some of you probably freaked out just as soon as I got that out of my mouth and thought, man, what if everybody did that? Okay, at the time that I did it, keep in mind, the toilet paper shortage didn't even come for a few weeks later. So I was really on top of it, thinking we're gonna have a food shortage. Sure enough, I was real accurate. Not only food shortage, but buddy, we had a meat shortage. So once that happened, I thought, boy, I tell you what, I've got a little Nostradamus in me. Maybe Nostradamus, I don't know. Anyway, so the more I got to kind of thinking about how this was going and what might happen, I got to thinking about a few other things. So I started planting a garden. And I thought, I tell you what, I really feel like we're gonna have a serious food shortage, so I'm gonna start growing a garden. And here in a few minutes, I will show you my garden. I'll show you quite a bit of it. Anyway, so what do I think's gonna happen? I am gonna give you a detailed prediction down to the dates. I'll give a 2-week window, and this is gonna happen in 2 phases. All right, so here it goes. And boy, I'm either making myself sound very foolish, or I may hit it on target. We don't know. But here it goes. Corporations give their quarterly earnings reports, and they give kind of a detail as to how well their business went and that sort of thing. They do it quarterly. And I feel like when the quarterly reports come out in the middle of July, between July 15th and July 30th, I feel like at that point, we will have a lot of businesses that are claiming they are having a lot of financial struggles in a lot of different ways. And this is going to be in a lot of different sectors among the U.S. economy. Once we hear that, we will also start to hear about not only businesses that we all can imagine that have struggled through this, but I really think we're going to start to hear about struggles among the banking industry, and that will be in the middle of July, towards the end of July. And now I will tell you why I feel like the banking industry will be hit hard. Think about how many people you know that live paycheck to paycheck. Think about how many of those people were out of work for 2-3 weeks, even 2 to 3 months because of COVID. Those people did not get to pay their house payment, their car payment, their boat payment, their RV payment, their credit card payment, etc. And yes, some of them were able to file for unemployment and all that sort of thing, but some of them were not. You get a whole bunch of people that can't pay their bills. Who gets affected by it? Exactly, the bank. And you want to know what else gets affected by the banks? Small business. How many times did you hear that small business was struggling because of COVID? We kept hearing about it. Small business, small business, small business. Small restaurants, all types of small business really suffered during COVID. Now we're hearing COVID is in round 2. We never did get to hear how the banks got affected by the small businesses because the small business hadn't got to miss any loan payments yet, but now they have. By then, they will get to miss 2 or 3 payments on their stuff. So you're probably thinking, well, the banks will just do what they normally do. They repossess something and they go sell it. Not if there's not enough buyers out there. Not if the market's oversaturated with too much stuff to sell. You can't sell anything if there's too much of it to sell and if nobody's got the money to buy it. And that's what I feel like is about to start unraveling. Now, my next prediction comes about 2 weeks before the election, which is going to be in the latter part of October. Mid to latter part of October, you will also get quarterly earnings again and quarterly reports from major businesses and from the banks. This is when I really think we're gonna hit a hard bottom, and that will fall 2 to 3 weeks before the presidential election. And the second thing that will cause the stock market and a lot of bad news is the fact that a lot of businesses depend on China. And the fact that they depend on China to get their goods and sell their goods here in the U.S. with Trump and China not getting along has nothing to do with whether I like Trump or don't like Trump. I'm not going to say whether I do or whether I don't. This is not based on that. This is based on a lot of corporations depend on China. If Trump and China do not get along, it makes it hard on those businesses that depend on China. We've all seen some of the taxes that Trump wanted to put onto China. We saw what happened a year or 2 ago when Trump wanted to raise the cost of steel coming from China. A few other things. Y'all watched the same movie I have. Anyway, we will hear those companies are struggling too. And those companies will want to make a big stink out of it 2 to 3 weeks before the election, which happens to fall right when corporate earnings and corporate reports come out. So, once that happens, that's when I feel that we are going to hit a very hard financial bottom. We'll be in the mid to latter part of October. That's me. Okay, I just told y'all how crazy I am or how crazy I can sound. There it is. Okay, now the only thing I want to add to it is that you've got to keep in mind anything that happens, the media always multiplies it times 10 and blows it way out of proportion and makes it sound a lot worse than it is, causes a lot more panic and pandemonium. So if banks and businesses say they're hurting, you know what's going to happen. We're all going to be out of toilet paper and food again. So there's my crazy thoughts. Let's look at the garden. And I've shown you this table before. This was known as my salad bar, and it's too hot to be planting any lettuce here in North Alabama this time of year, so I'm growing a lot of onions right now. And I've got a lot of different things going on in here. I've got tomatoes, corn, peas and beans, and okra. Some people call it okra. I've also got squash, zucchini, eggplant, and I've got about 11 plants of watermelon growing right in there. I've got quite a bit of potato plants. I do my potatoes in these bins, and I like that because I can pick those out and just keep replanting. And I even been working on some compost. And this is some peas. These are called Easy Peasy, and they have about run their course. Peas don't like to grow in the hot weather, so you can see they've about died down. I'll be planting something else here. Got some cucumber. Just picked me a cucumber today, so I'll get to eat the first one of the season. Got a little bit more onion and got me some strawberries and carrot. And over on the front side of the house, this is where I have some crooked neck squash and got some bell pepper plants. 2 of those in here, and also some black-eyed peas running across the back. And here is a different angle of the same garden you got to see a few moments ago. This is the watermelon plants I was talking about. And this is first year that I've really got those things growing here at the house. I've grown them in other places before, but this will be the first time I've grown them here. So man, I'm really looking forward to this. If you wonder why I've got these flowers here, I'm having a hard time getting the pollinating bees to come over and pollinate my watermelon. So I put these flowers here hoping to draw them in. What sucks is these flowers were all beautiful. They drew up, the flowers fell off, and now I'm waiting on them to come back and kind of do a fresh round of flowering. So those are mums. Folks, I'm gonna make a promise to you. I promise to not become a conspiracy channel. I promise to not become a garden channel. I just thought it would be entertaining for you to see the crazy thoughts that run through my head. I enjoyed watching that fella on a video a couple of weeks ago as he told how crazy he was going, but he didn't admit he thought he was going crazy. He just put it all out there and let us kind of imagine that. There's a lot of theories out there, and hey, you can get a lot of good entertainment by watching this stuff. But if y'all are interested, I will tell y'all this in a future video. It takes a little bit more of explaining, and anyway, on my garden, I have not had any problems with rodents, and I have to do very little bit of weeding my garden. If y'all are interested in seeing that, I will do a video in the future and tell y'all how I have survived by not having rodent or weeding issues. And I can tell you of 3 houses around me that have had problems with rabbits, and I have not had one rabbit episode, and I live in a forest. So if y'all want to know about that, let me know in the comments below. Y'all let me know in the comments below what your conspiracies are. Man, that's awesome. I can't believe I just now thought of that. I want to know how crazy y'all are going, if y'all saw any of the crazy stuff that has happened, if y'all saw any of that coming, y'all let me know that as well. So, man, we can have a lot of fun with this. Let's do it. Let's not get mad at each other. Let's not get hateful. Let's have some fun with it, because everything else is doom and gloom. Let's at least have fun with it. Folks, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all again real soon. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.